Sairam students, in the previous video we learnt about food preservation. We learnt about the chemical methods of food preservation. In this video we are going to learn about the physical methods of food preservation. First is the heat and cold treatments. Milk is boiled before it is stored or used. Boiling kills many microorganisms. In your house, you would have seen your mother boil the milk before she gives it to you. This is because boiling milk will kill the microorganisms which are present in the milk. So it is necessary to boil the milk before we consume it or store it. Food is kept in the refrigerator. Low temperature prevents the growth of microbes. Food is kept in the refrigerator or fridge because there is a low temperature formed inside the fridge which prevents the growth of microbes. The food is kept cool and at a low temperature which prevents the growth of microbes. The microbes cannot live in that low temperature. Pasteurized milk. In the shops, we can go and buy pasteurized milk, and pasteurized milk can be consumed without boiling as it is free from harmful microbes. The milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilled and stored. By doing so, it prevents the growth of microbes. Now, regular milk which we buy, we either have to boil it and then only consume it. But if we buy pasteurized milk from the shops, there is no need to boil it because it is already free of microbes. How? This is because the milk undergoes heat and cold treatment, where the milk is first heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds, and then this hot milk is suddenly chilled and then stored. By doing this, it is preventing the growth of microbes. This process is called pasteurization. What is pasteurization? Pasteurization of milk is heating the milk to a very high temperature for some time and then suddenly immediately chilling it and bringing it down to a low temperature and storing it. And by doing this, it prevents the growth of microbes. This was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Food preservation. The second method of physical food preservation is storage and packaging. These days, dry fruits and even vegetables are sold in sealed airtight packages to prevent the attack of microbes. In the shops, you would have seen dry fruits and even vegetables that are being sold in airtight packet. This means there is no air present inside these packets. They are airtight or sealed. We can see cans of vegetables which are being sold, and we can see airtight packets of dry fruits. Why is this done? This is done to prevent the attack of microbes. By airtight sealing and canning, we do not allow the microbes to even exist in that environment. So this does not spoil the food, and this food can be kept for a longer time. The shelf life of these foods can be extended because microorganisms cannot invade and contaminate these foods, which are in airtight packets or in sealed cans. And drying is another physical method of food preservation. Drying or dehydrating food is a method of food preservation that removes enough moisture from the food so bacteria, yeast, and molds cannot grow. You would have seen your mother put chilies in the hot sun for drying. Why does she do this? She does this to dehydrate or remove the moisture from the food so that bacteria, yeast, and molds cannot grow. By doing this, we can use the food for a longer period of time. Okay, students, did you understand? So, what did we learn in this video? We learnt about the hot and cold treatments done to preserve food. We learnt that boiled milk is good for us because it kills all the microbes which is present in the milk. We should always boil the milk before consuming it or storing it. In case we buy pasteurized milk, there is no need to boil because it already undergoes the process of pasteurization which kills the microbes. And cold treatment is storing the food in the refrigerator or freezing the food, which will increase the shelf life of the food. We can use the food for a longer period of time. And pasteurization was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Storage and packaging is another method of preserving food where the dry fruits are sealed in airtight packets or even vegetables are sold in cans in order to prevent the attack of microbes. They are put in airtight packets which does not allow microbes to enter. And the last physical method of food preservation is by drying. Drying removes the moisture from the food, thus letting us use the food for a longer period of time because microorganisms cannot grow on the dried food. Okay, students, did you understand? Now answer these questions in your notebooks. First question, why do we boil milk before we consume it? Second question, what is pasteurization? Third question, why are dry fruits and vegetables sold in sealed airtight packets? And the last question, what is drying? Thank you, students.